So, Kate Martin and Caitlin Clark. I'm not sure there has been two players in the history of basketball, well, obviously not in the history of basketball, but in recent memory that have probably benefited as much from the existence of the other as these two players have. Because obviously Caitlin Clark is someone that is of the MJ Kobe mentality, where if your teammates aren't good enough, I don't want to pass them the ball, I'm going to be taking shots. Whereas Kate Martin was the leader of that team. Kate Martin was the leader of that team and made sure that Caitlin Clark was at her best. She was absolutely at her best. And look, it's the leadership style that Caitlin Clark has, which again is the Kobe, it is the Jordan leadership. There is a 0% chance of that working in the WNBA. So Kate Martin was that de facto leader in Iowa. So it helped Caitlin Clark to become what she was. And not only did it help her to, I think she would have broke her scoring record anyway, but it helped her to be a better player, be a better team player, and be a better winner. And then obviously when it comes to Kate Martin's somebody that is not even on the stratosphere of WNBA radars if she's not playing with Caitlin Clark. She showed that she can fit in beside one of the best players in the world and showed how good she can be. And it was a big reason why Kate Martin got to where she got. And before we on to the main part of the channel, if you guys are fans of Kate Martin and Caitlin Clark, subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much for 12,500 subscribers. It's actually unbelievable. But anyway, now we are going to be talking about it. So, obviously, these two were best friends in college. They get on extremely well with each other. And Kate Martin was asked about Caitlin Clark. And she came to her defense. She was saying she thinks people are really hard on her, expecting her to be perfect. That's unrealistic. And if you listen to the full clip, which I should be able to play the full clip on here, hopefully if this video gets copyrighted, I don't know. So I will play the full clip right now. Let me bring up the volume. There we go.
I don't know if there's too much I can do besides just be a friend, right? It's just be a listening ear, being there for her and being there for everyone. I mean, Caitlin's phenomenal and she's having a great rookie season. I think people are really hard on her, expecting her to be perfect. That's unrealistic, right? But I mean, she's a phenomenal person. She's a phenomenal player, and I'm going to support her through everything, right? She's one of my best friends, and so I'm just there for her, listening ear if she needs it, and sometimes just talking about other things other than basketball if that's what we need to do. So I'm just trying to be the best friend I can there.
So yeah, Kate Martin, obviously that was a clip from Fox News before their game against the Sky. But Kate Martin basically just said, obviously, the people are expecting to be perfect, but also that, look, she's just there trying to be a listening ear, which I would assume, based on that, Caitlin Clark's probably feeling the pressure in some way. And it is realistic. You can't expect a 22-year-old to be able to... Caitlin Clark has dealt with this sort of pressure better than any young player I've ever seen, especially in the social media era. Because if you want to look and say, the newspapers and, the actual media, well, newspapers back in the day, or the actual media, you can very easily switch off from that, like LeBron James did. And it's a lot easier to switch off for that than it is to switch off for media right now, because you've got idiots on Twitter, especially when you've got idiots on Twitter like this in the first comment. No one is expecting perfection. There's a certain expectation of players that are drafted number one, and she's not performed as well as previous players consistently. She's not only performing as well, her current stat line has never been done in the history of basketball. Her current, for 5 stats, which is points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, she's top 20 in all 5. But it has never been done. I think if she gets one more block, or she gets 2 blocks in her next game, she's up to a stat line that has never been done in the history. As far as rookies go, so I'm just going to look at WNBA number 1 picks. Just to get all the list of first overall draft picks and say which ones were better as rookies than Caitlin Clark. And I don't know much about the WNBA prior to, in the early 2000s. Look, I did not watch it. I probably started watching occasionally in the early 2010s, watched a lot the year when it was Brittany Griner and Elena Deladon, and then I've been keeping kind of a little bit. So, I haven't watched much, and, again, I don't know what, Sue Bird and her rookie, is this for her career? Her rookie stats, 14, 2, and 6, for Sue Bird. As far as stats-wise, Caitlin Clark's going to average more points, rebounds, and assists than Sue Bird did, and Sue Bird is unbelievable. Taurasi obviously was Taurasi. Let's not get it twisted. I still, like, Caitlin Clark's been as good as a rookie Taurasi as far as guards are concerned. Simone Augustus looks to have had a ridiculous rookie year. She might be an exception. Obviously, Candace Parker had a better rookie year than Caitlin Clark had. But you're looking at rookies. Harding, Caitlin Clark, much better year. Angel McCautry, Caitlin Clark, better rookie year. Tina Charles, big, so it's hard to compare, but this looks like it could have been a better rookie year. Maya Moore, it's hard to judge Maya Moore because individually Caitlin Clark will have a better rookie year, but Maya Moore, I think, won a championship in her rookie year because she was drafted to one of the best teams in the WNBA. And Neko Wumake, who was rookie of the year here, again, it's tough to compare. Brittany Griner was the first overall pick. Look, Caitlin Clark's having a better rookie year than Brittany Griner, who was probably the most hyped first overall pick since before Caitlin Clark. They were talking about her going to the NBA as well. She didn't. Elena Deladon won rookie of the year. Wow, I didn't realize Chennai had a better rookie year than Nneka. Jewel Lloyd, Caitlin Clark clearly had a better year. Kelsey Plum had a terrible rookie year. Jackie Young, 2 of the 3 players had terrible rookie years for the Aces. Sabrina's rookie year, she got injured in her rookie year, so it was her second. Realistically, it was her second year, so I'm not even counting this as a rookie year. Then 2021, Charlie Collier, 3.4 points per game. Ryan Howard, I think she's had a better year than Leah Boston did last year, but Ryan Howard was also had a really good rookie year. So if you want to look at rookie years, I think when it's all said and done, for guards, if you want to look at guards, because I can't count Sabrina because she basically redshirted her rookie year. If you want to look at the last guards that were taking number 1, look at this. Since Sue Bird, guards taking number 1. If you want to consider Taurasi a guard, Sue Bird was exceptional. Since Sue Bird, she's been the best guard. She has probably been the best guard first overall pick there has been, unless you want to count Taurasi as a guard, and she's in that conversation. So to be out here saying that she hasn't performed number 1, based on what? A league that is notoriously hard for guards to come in to, and she's been almost as good as any guard in the history of the league. But yeah, so you got to say, shout out to Kate Martin coming in, supporting her friend, and doubling, like, making sure people are talking about that Caitlin Clark's a good person, because obviously, because she doesn't want to say anything on social media, and let's be real, she is not an activist. She's not. You're not going to turn Caitlin Clark into an activist. No matter how much people want to, and no matter how much previous players in the league have, no matter who Paige Beckers is, you're not going to turn Caitlin Clark into an activist. It is what it is. So at least Kate Martin, who is someone that's universally loved in the WNBA, has at least settled that one. But yeah, so shout out to Kate Martin for this interview. Obviously, she was asked about it, but she answered the question perfectly. She came to the defense of her best friend publicly, didn't say anything too much, and I would say behind the scenes that they're probably helping each other out, to be honest. Like, it's probably a spotlight that had never been on Kate Martin before. Like, there's more of a spotlight now on Kate Martin than there was in Iowa. In Iowa, it was Caitlin Clark's team. Kate Martin was just along for the ride. And even though it is Aja Wilson's team, Kate Martin is, 9th in All-Star voting or something? So, look, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, hopefully the two of them have long WNBA careers. I would have loved to have seen the two of them play with each other. And people are saying they let her, like, they passed on her. But at the same time, like, she would have gotten the Celeste Taylor treatment. She wouldn't have played. Christy Sides incompetent. She wouldn't have played. I'm glad she's in Las Vegas where she is playing. And also, you can't forget that, like, if Christy Sides has kept Saxton along, because I think she's Aaliyah Boston's best friend, like, you better believe that Christy Sides, who does seem to be the biggest fan of Caitlin Clark, would not have done the same for her. So, yeah, that's the video.